We're Arts and Adventure Summits, the airwaves. This is the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. I'm R. Brandon Long, along with
Todd Oberndorfer.
And we are your hosts for the greatest arts and adventure podcast in all the land, specifically in Ogden. We have our guests representing the Rose Club, Michelle. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Michelle,
Hi.
Jess, right?
Hello.
So yeah, we were just talking about that. It's been about 2 years since we've had you on, and you're like, we're still going. We're still here. We're still Rose Clubbing. Is that a verb? What do you guys call what?
We're using it a verb these days.
Yeah, Rose Clubbing. Let's fix that camera. Good stuff. In fact, we can kick kind of right off, but because I want to remind the audience what it is, who you are, and how you came to be, because it's been a couple years, and no one ever goes back 2 years on YouTube. So we'll just kind of do a reset.
Let's reset.
Yeah. And then, but also there's a big thing this week, a big event this week that you're celebrating. Mm-hmm. So very cool. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's just start. We'll intro the Rose Club. The Rose Club is a skate and snow collective based here in Ogden, Utah. And we came about in, I think it was July of 2020. Yeah. So kind of crazy how time flies. I feel like I never realize how long it is until I say it. And then I'm like, it's actually kind of a
July
long time.
2020. So that was, we were pandemicking.
We were pandemicking, yeah.
And so that was like, well, how can we get together and do fun things, right?
Exactly. Yeah, basically how we kind of started. But we are a skate and snow collective. We primarily put on events for women, trans, non-binary folks, creating a safe space where people can come in, skate, snow, ski, and just feel welcome and included in that space. I think those sports naturally kind of have left out a lot of unrepresented folks. So we just wanted to create a space where people could come in, feel safe, and feel like they could try something new. We have a lot of first timers at Rose Club, so first time skaters, which is always super fun. But yeah, we're always constantly impressed. Any event that we put on, we'll see a handful of people who are like, yeah, I've never stepped on a board before in my life. And we're always just like, whoa, that is really brave. We love that you trusted us to come here and be vulnerable and put yourself out there, and come try out skateboarding. Or, we've done ski and snowboard events, but yeah, we kind of created the Rose Club because there wasn't really anything that existed like that at the time. And there was a massive gap in what was offered, I feel like, especially in Ogden, right? Sure. Yeah. And Jess, I'm from Ireland, but Jess, you grew up in Ogden, so maybe just you can speak about like what it was like for you even growing up and that frustration.
Yeah, I think you said it well. Like Michelle wanted to skate, but skate parks, stepping on a snowboard for the first time can be, one, physically dangerous and a very intimidating
100%
thing to do, but then also just socially, emotionally, can be a very scary thing to do as well. So I grew up snowboarding, and so I feel like I felt very welcome in that space at the time, and I couldn't imagine anybody not feeling welcome. Like I would want that for anybody. But then Michelle wanted to skate. I always wanted to skate, but I did not feel welcome. In terms of, I felt very scared. Like, skate park is the coolest, skating is the coolest, very intimidating place. So yeah, we both always wanted to step on a skateboard, and we needed kind of the co-gumption to be able to do it. And we found and continue to find that a lot of people really appreciate that kind of mutual environment to do something scary, but then also just like make friends and meet people. And honestly, that's really been my thesis for 2025, is that it started as this active adventure community, and now it's just like such a place for kindness and friendship, and skating is almost secondary. So it's been really awesome. We just had our 5-year anniversary, and we went out to Table 25 here in Ogden, and we tried
to drink. Up.
Yeah.
We did. We treated ourselves. 5 years for a community org where both Michelle and I work full time. We're just doing this based out of the love and honestly continued love and passion for it. Like it
support
feeds us
from the community.
Yeah, we've been so supported by so many Ogden businesses. Like you guys having us here. We could probably just like spend this whole podcast naming all the people that have been supportive to us, but we tried to have 5 cocktails that night, 5 drinks to honor
Free
5.
Let's go.
gone or 5 years, but it is hard. And I'm sure anybody that knows that runs a community, passion-driven project, artists, musicians, it is really easy to let that shit slide and get overwhelmed or get run down. And our motto is kind of like low and slow. Like, we want to keep doing this for as long as we can because it is a spider web. Like, one person comes to our events and then they feel welcome and share a smile with someone, which is the most important part, is that they feel welcome enough to do something scary. And then it spreads like wildfire. It's been really awesome. I wish that we like had the metrics of how many people we've now been able to help step on a skateboard or a snowboard or skis for the first time. I'm being modest.
Gotta
like
be up there in the millions.
Yeah. It's like, it's not a ton, but it does spread the longer we're at it. So it's pretty awesome.
LLC, nonprofit, like or just nothing, just hanging out. Like, what's
we've really
spanned the
kind of, we've kind of gone, we started as we didn't. We started as like just setting it up.
Grassroots.
Yeah, very grassroots. And then we were like,
a meetup almost.
Meetup, yeah. And we were like, we'll do an LLC so we can kind of get some money coming in, so like sell t-shirts, that kind of thing. And then we ended up dissolving that because we were like, this is a lot of paperwork,
Yeah.
And then we kind of just running it rogue for a little bit. And then we're back. We kind of toyed with the idea of a nonprofit. That was
more
something-
paperwork.
Yeah.
Way
And I was
more
like, okay, that sounds like it's going to be a lot more. But we actually, one of the biggest things that kind of leads us into when we were trying to figure out whether we want to become a nonprofit or not is we got an opportunity. We applied for this program that's put on by this group called Skate Like a Girl. So Skate Like a Girl is based in
Portland, Seattle.
Portland, Seattle. They've got chapters around, but they're massive. They're a group that they're celebrating, I think, their 25-year anniversary this
or
year.
30.
I think
Oh.
it's 25.
Oh,
Wow.
you would know
Something.
better.
It's a long time.
They're like the OGs.
If you're over 20, like that's a
Of
long
doing it.
time.
25 is a lot of drinks. When
It's a
they
lot of
celebrate.
drinks. Like, you know what I mean?
They have themselves a
Trying to
night.
get through 5 is hard.
Yeah.
Split
That's
it.
funny. Yeah. They have themselves a night.
Yeah,
for sure.
so we applied. They have this this program called the Skate Inclusivity Cohort, which is something that we applied for the year before, and we didn't make it, which I was just gutted. It was something that I just really wanted for us, but we applied again last October, and we found out that we got it. And what the Skate Inclusivity Cohort is basically they pick, I think it's six organizations around America that kind of fit a very similar, like what Rose Club is doing, kind of serving underrepresented audiences. But basically what they do is they put you into, I can't remember, it's a 6-month program where they're basically teaching you how to be a fully functioning organization.
Oh, wow.
So they're teaching you how to do budgets. They're teaching you how to do pitch decks to big brands. Like these shoes that I'm wearing, this is Skate Like a Girl. They did a collab with Nike. So they're a big time group that have really been pivotal for
Super.
all of us and really been an inspiration for all of us groups out there. But one of the things is they fly you out to Portland. So we got to go out to Portland in January, and we stayed in a house with these 6 other organizations who are doing similar work, which is just incredible to just be able to share your experiences with others. And honestly, you're struggling. Just talk about like, oh my God, I'm glad that you sound like you're struggling too, because we thought we were the only ones that maybe were having a hard time with something. But yeah, we got to go bond. We did lots of exercises. We got brought to Nike HQ, which was incredible.
Yeah.
We got toured around. We got to listen to Nike execs and people talking about the importance of inclusivity and what they're doing at Nike in order to do that. And then the other big thing is they give you $4,000 and they help you kind of put where you're going to spend that $4,000. And
That buys us a lot of stickers, I just want to say.
a lot. That's
That
why-
keeps the lights on for a few years.
I'm hoping
with our sticker
you spend
budget.
it all on stickers.
Honestly, I'm like, we don't
95.
have many expenses. We got some websites to take care of,
Yeah.
and now taxes. But
Yeah.
stickers is basically our budget.
stickers. We love
Keeps the
sticker
lights on.
moment.
Yeah.
But-
A little swag, a little beanie or something.
Yeah, we're
Sure.
trying to grow our offerings, but we've been focused on stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of exciting. But in that SIC program, one of the big things is they help you figure out whether you want to be an LLC, a nonprofit, and they kind of they bring in experts that will come speak to you, and they teach you about the pros and cons of each
All
of the
of it.
things that you did. So once we kind of went through everything that we're like, what's our goals? What are we really looking for? We kind of landed on LLC being what suits us right now and seems to be the most
Yeah.
doable
Sticks
for
with
us.
our low and slow motto.
Yeah, we love a
We
low
both,
and slow.
yeah, we both work full time. 501c3s are awesome. Well, I guess I won't get into that. They've definitely been under attack for sure. But we were able to talk with a few groups who've gone that route. And a lot of the groups that do that, they really make it their full time. They like figure out how to pay themselves. You know, they're constantly, it takes a lot of legwork to search for those grants. Like, cheers to anybody who's running a 501c3.
Yeah, we got to meet some incredible groups too.
Yeah.
Like one of the local groups was Girls on Shred. They're up in Montana, in Missoula, and they've been around for years and years. But they were incredible, even for us, just kind of locally having people that we were like, oh, you're close to us and you have a similar audience, you know. So they were awesome and just kind of telling us the ways. And also we learned about like fiscal sponsors and lots of things that we never even knew about until we got this.
Todd, we need to take notes. We could learn a lot, I'm sure. It is hard.
It is hard.
It's a little, and we're also the Banyan Collective,
Yeah.
and it's like me and Todd, and then
Everybody.
like no employees or whatever. We just do our thing, kick out some podcast editing and
And stickers. Let's not forget
Stickers.
Yeah, you know
I
the sticker.
Pivotal.
You know the sticker grind.
Pivotal part.
every once in a while a hat.
Oh, okay, that's
which
pretty
is dope.
bougie.
Yep. Yeah, it is bougie. You gotta pay
Yeah,
extra
I
for
like
those. Did you guys table at the Ogden Avalanche?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we were stoked. We got to table, which that's such an incredible event. It's always so like I'm always blown away by like how much of the community show up for that. And
Here's
the
what
other thing-
kills me about that, and I'm glad you said that because I'm on the board, and it's it's a small nonprofit, right?
Before Brayden says
Oh my
something
God.
good, I have to say, like, listen, if you're ever intimidated by like a nonprofit that makes a go at it, like, if they can do it,
Yeah,
like y'all would be
100%.
fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
the behind the scenes is something else. Let me tell you.
Bowl of spaghetti.
Oh, I don't even know if the spaghetti's in the bowl. Okay, I mean it is.
It's on the wall.
They do
on the wall.
incredible
Yeah.
work, but talk about
Yeah.
No, wait.
Well,
Hustlers.
you're both working marketing, right?
Yeah.
I think you posted 2 stories, and that place was packed.
Well, I was like, I wonder when the Backcountry Bash is because I was like, I haven't heard
don't-
of anything.
yeah.
But I was like, I'm going regardless. So when I saw, I was like
Yeah.
straight in the calendar. I'm like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah, I'm like I was blown away because how many people do you think? A couple hundred or 200 or
yeah,
something?
I mean, it was
250
like
maybe?
that's a
Yeah.
big space. That was a
Yeah.
big space to fill, and it was packed. Like I couldn't get from the booth to the bar. It was like a struggle.
There was a line out the door, and these I've unfortunately have seen startup events, and they market the hell out of it, and no one shows up, you know. And I'm like, oh. So the secret sauce there is,
What's
this is what you guys have done, is building that community, building the trust in the community, and that's what they show up for.
Yeah, 100%.
But need is
Right,
a big part of it
exactly.
as well.
Finding a spot in the market that people actually need. Ogden Avalanche is so awesome. They've like been so easy for us to reach out to and quick to partner with. We do a Backcountry 101. We've done it a few years at Powder. We've done it at Nordic. We're going to do it at Nordic this year. And it's just such a great resource. I think even if you have your, what is it, Airy one? What is
Yeah.
it, Abby one? I don't
Abby
even
one,
know what it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But even if you have that, I think that a 101 for anybody is just really good practice.
It's
and
such a good refresher.
a good reminder every year. And
Because like I feel like I've done it for so many years in a row, but I'm like always every time I'm like, oh yeah, that is that one thing that I forgot that acronym that I was supposed to remember.
When I worked at the outdoor program, we had to take those classes. We had to take like a wilderness first aid, and then like I don't even know if it was an AIRI, but it was like an intro course. All right, and I was thinking like, how do we just teach this to everyone? Like anyone who goes outside.
Hikers.
Yeah, everybody
bikers,
needs. It's
yeah.
that good. The information is that good. So
It's great,
Totally.
and it's like so nice to just feel like when you are going out into the outdoors, feeling like you have a base like knowledge. I feel like is really huge, and also it's just like very interesting and fascinating to be able to understand forecasts, and things like that. It's been really cool, but
they've been
yeah,
great.
we've been doing that for a couple years now in a row. I want to say it's like we've done it 4 times with Ogden Avalanche, but I don't know if we're doing it at Nordic this year. We're still trying to figure that out, but it is the 23rd, I think the 23rd and 24th of January. So it's a Friday, Saturday, whenever that is. But yeah,
two-day
it's been
course.
incredible. 2-day course. Yeah. So we do like the Fridays, like always an evening class at Weber State at the outdoor building, and then we'll go out into the
Libby
field for
teach
the next
those?
day. Libby has taught them. Yeah.
Okay.
Libby, Britt did it last year. So it's been fun. It's been really a good time. I saw Winter was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And Winter, like, she tail guided last year with Perez. So it's just fun. Have a bunch of
Good crew over
superstars
there.
out there, you know?
This is great. When did you first go to the skate park, Jess? When was your first
So
visit?
kind of typically, I always had little skater boyfriends in junior high and high school.
As you should.
And so I went and I was
that's
kind
the
of
move right there.
absolutely. I was just like sitting on the sidelines,
Yeah.
but I snowboarded at the time, so I was really attracted to it, but just far too intimidated. I think for a lot of people, they'll step on the board and either hit a small stick or a rock or whatever, and then get launched and then never want to.
Or the air for crying
Pretty
out. Yeah.
traumatizing.
It's traumatizing.
Stop rock, yeah, that'll end
The
your life.
consequences are steep and high, and but yeah, so I spent a lot of time at skate parks, but I didn't actually like step on a skateboard with any conviction until late 2019, early 2020, which is when I met
Oh, not that long ago.
Michelle. Yeah, 5 years ago.
Okay.
And even now, for anybody, I'm like, I'll make my pitch on the podcast. If anybody has ever wanted to step on a skateboard, we're like, our philosophy is skating for sustainability, like our bodies. I'm 33. I'm trying to skate until I'm 80.
Yeah.
And I'm never trying to fall whatsoever. And there's like principles and ways to go about it so that you can do it really safely and have a really good time and just cruise. But yeah, I haven't been doing it that long, but I'm trying to do it forever.
I have a question.
Yeah. I was going to say,
I have
Todd,
loads of questions.
When he's over there sitting
In fact,
quietly.
I've already forgotten questions. That but we're talking right now about sustainability, and there have been times for all of us, we live in Utah, that I'm lucky right now to have health insurance, but it's not an easy thing, and there's a lot of people that don't. And there's been huge stretches of my life where I have not had health insurance, and then I had an opportunity, and I had that for a long time with some assistance, and so is that something that you two ever talk about, or when you went on your retreat in Portland, did that come up at all? Because I do know that affected me and my desire to do things sometimes.
That's your your reason for not skateboarding?
No, I says there was a time. Sure. Same things goes with, being taken out up on the mountain, like,
Yep.
I mean, it happens to the best of,
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know that an accident can, health insurance shouldn't be like a GoFundMe.
Shouldn't be a limiting
which is pretty
factor.
much, that's
Yeah.
what
Totally.
pays
And
for those things now.
So we partner with ATS in Salt Lake. It's an indoor skate park down in the Evo Hotel.
That's a cool space.
And what's really awesome is because we partner with them, we give everybody all the pads, like look like a total dweeby, wear knee pads, elbow, hand, helmet. And there's always going to be that risk, right? I think, and everybody signs waivers. Like, I think honestly, that's why skating and snowboarding is so cool, is because that inherent risk is always going to be there. And so we do, of course, prepare people the best we can for that, but also I think it's just like acknowledged and known. But that's a really good point in terms of like, it isn't accessible to everybody for a myriad of reasons, whether it's an intimidating place to be or somebody really would like to do it, but it's just not the smartest idea. But I usually teach our level 1 course, and I just like yell at them for 30 minutes straight about just the fundamentals of trying to just push for 10,000 hours or whatever. Like, just get really, really comfortable on this board right now before you start to drop in, because the trajectory is that everybody wants to come to that level 1 and be dropping in by the end of it. And there's so much balance involved hand-eye coordination, just like
muscles,
mu-
like
mu-
muscles in your feet that
absolutely.
you don't know exist.
Yeah.
That like when you get on a skateboard and you're like, oh my gosh, like you can see people's ankles are just like wobbly because they're not used to using them. So like for us, I think it's about teaching these beginner skaters is like it does take 10,000 hours of pushing. Like I want you to look and feel so confident pushing in front of your house on the sidewalk
And
before
still-
you kind of do some of the crazier stuff. But I also think that the thing, you know, kind of to answer your thing is the big thing that we preach is a healthy respect, right? We can only do as much as we can do, but it's teaching that healthy respect. We do have people who will come and they're like, their first time skating and they're trying to drop in. And I'm like, you're putting yourself at risk and you're also putting everyone else at risk. So it's just about teaching that healthy respect and just, watching out
Well,
for some of
also,
these things.
we have no shame with holding hands. Like, we hold hands, we wear all the pads. Like, we're really trying to set, because our age range, like, we have kids come, we have 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Like, we want everybody who has ever wanted to step on a skateboard come, and we'll tighten your trucks and we'll make people feel more comfortable. But yeah, I think that's a good point, Michelle, in terms of we're trying to set them up the best we can, but also we have to just kind of honor the risk.
Oh, and that's part of it.
So it's a meetup, and so if it's an official event, does everyone like sign waivers and things, or how does that work?
Yeah, so that's kind of the benefit of working with some of these organizations, like working with Nordic Valley. We do a program with Nordic that we can talk about later, but they sign waivers through the resort, which is awesome for us, especially we're an LLC. We don't have money to be paying massive insurance because it's, you know, insuring skateboarding and skiing and snowboarding is not the cheapest thing, right? You know, so for us, we've just been trying to work smarter about that. And for that, we work with ATS. Everyone signs a waiver. It's their waiver. We're covered underneath it. So it's kind of just really been working smarter with things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up skateboarding. I love skateboarding. I started in, I think, 6th grade,
Sick.
where you just go, like you lay down on your skateboard, or you sit on your skateboard and you just push
Go down
around.
the hill.
Yeah.
So fun.
And there weren't any. I grew up in Washington Terrace, and there's a skate park in South Ogden, which is 30 years
So
too late.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's
but-
incredible. It's
Yeah,
so fun.
it's an amazing place. But there was no skate parks, so we would go everywhere we could. We did stuff we weren't supposed to, churches, schools, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But I love skateboarding because it's hard. It's hard. It takes a long time to get good at it, and you could sometimes wreck and think like, I'm never skateboarding again. And then like 3 or 4 days go by and you miss it so bad and you just have to do it, and you go and you do it. And then I stopped when I basically started driving and had a job, and I skateboarded to the job for a while until I got the car. And then once you get a car, I was like, well, am I going to drive the car to go skate? Like, that's unheard of. Like, because the skateboard was literally the means of transportation. Like, that's how you went to your friend's house.
Right.
You skateboarded to your friend's house, you met, and then you went somewhere, you skated to the skate place that you're going to skate at, and then you skate home. And like, that's just that's how we got around. We didn't use bicycles, we used skateboards forever. That said, and back then, and this was a long time ago, dating myself, but that's probably in the late 80s, early 90s, late 80s. Skate parks were the scariest effing place around. Like, I didn't dare drop in. I didn't dare drop in, not because of crashing, but because if you wrecked in front of somebody, they would laugh.
You get roasted.
You get roasted. And my friend, props to him, it's one of his best personality traits, was that he just didn't give a shit, and he would show up.
That's pretty incredible.
And would just drop in and wreck, and I'm like, oh my god. And he got better because he just dared do the thing, you know. And he was always a little bit better skater than me because I was embarrassed and I didn't want to be look stupid or whatever, you know. And so I would wait till like fewer people were looking before I dropped in. Yeah. And so that's I think, I don't know how long that lasted in skateboarding or if it still happens or what, but that's why you guys are around, because that culture has that's the shitty part. And so I just don't know if that's still a big part of I've been out of the skateboarding culture for years, and so I just don't know what it's like
100%.
anymore,
I think it will always be a factor and a part of it, because
You mean kids are still mean to each other?
Yeah, I will. I will say yes.
I feel like it's definitely a lot. It's definitely, I think, a lot better.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
I would agree with that.
It's a lot better.
Totally. Yes. But also, like, we're still monkeys.
But
at
I don't
the
think
end of the day.
I don't think the fear has gone.
I think there's like, the skate park is such a fascinating social experiment.
I went recently, a couple years ago, because my son wanted to learn how to skate, and so I went. I bought a new deck and everything, new shoes, even
Nice.
New Balance, and then go out there, and I did notice like they were respectful for the littles,
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then when the kids came who were really good, they just kind of took over. Which I'm like, oh, yep, time for us to go, buddy. Like they're just gonna, it's their show now,
For sure. And I think that like. Yeah, the skate park is scary for a myriad of reasons. It's like you have all of these real consequences, aka concrete, but then you also have like what hurts worse than being embarrassed in front of your friends? Like that vulnerability is actually painful. And so yeah, it's
Or
just,
people
stay
who are-
with you for life.
I feel like
Absolutely.
I feel like people aren't, I don't necessarily, I think it's gotten so much better. People aren't necessarily like mean or like laughing if you
No.
fall, but what still exists is like people, it's embarrassing for people to fall or to fail in front of people. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've seen in Rose Club is we have a lot of people who are kind of in that 20 to I would say 35 range. And these are people who kind of grew up in that time and still haven't gotten over that fact. Like for me and Jess, we're like, oh, we love falling. We're always down to be embarrassed, and it's become natural to us because we've been doing it the last 5 years. But for these people who kind of are newer to it, we still see them coming to these events with that fear of like, they're afraid to even try it in case like they do fall. But it's so fun to see that first fall happen. And then it's like everything, all that stress and anxiety just leaves their body because they're like,
almost like it needs to happen.
it needs to happen. And then once we have that first fall out of the way, they're like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's the other reason I love that sport, because you do fall. It's life. It's the
You won't progress unless you fall.
analogy. You have to fall to get better, and you have to fall a lot. So
I think it's a big part of what I do. We were talking about the gallery that I run in Salt Lake, and so it's, there's something about sort of artists in general, but just arts and humanities across the board, where you do build up that sort of that toughness, that thick skin a little bit, that ability to be rejected. Like you're going to get rejected as far as applying for shows and things, for instance,
Yeah.
right? Over and over and over.
And it's vulnerable to put your art out there.
And I talk to groups of young artists. Like that's one of my favorite things to do is to have them start applying for shows, and try to make, it's never fun to be rejected, but you do need the experience of getting rejected.
And you do get better at it.
And you get so much better at it, and you get better for the next time you apply.
Build a layer
There's
of
always reasons, and so it's just the more you can apply. I think that it applies across the board, but it's wonderful you brought that up, because that's something that is always on mind for me with my group, and so it's it's the same across the board. I think the more that you fail, the more you get up, the more you're able to put it out there in front of other people. Artists certainly do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say too, like it's awesome that you're kind of going back and stepping into this space again.
Yeah.
It's like it's still scary, but we actually did a meetup with Girls on Shred, the Montana group. We go to Montana every summer and do like a road trip of the best skate parks ever up there. We camp and we bop around these skate parks. But a few dads came with their daughters.
yeah.
And the Rose Club is just like, I think I was starting to say a little bit earlier, it's like kindness has become the primary and skating has almost become the secondary factor.
Yeah.
But like, it was awesome to see these dads who are like a little bit older. You can tell that they used to skate. They want their daughters to start skating, and they're stepping back on their boards. And the Rose Club is a little bit of something to behold. Like when we're all together, everybody's so incredibly supportive. Everybody's hooting and hollering. It's loud. Like we're celebrating successes. We're celebrating failures. We're celebrating big falls. It's like, whoa, you took a big fall. Like, are you okay? Like we'll check in, but then like that was sick. Like you're trying to get better. That. What did CJ do? CJ's so funny. We were at Montana one year and somebody was trying this really scary, like blunt, so like going up on their trucks, to back in fakie, and it was like inverted. It was so scary. And the person that kept trying just kept trying and kept trying, but would just run out every time, just wouldn't commit. And CJ like walked up to him and pulled out of her pocket. She's like, "Oh, here's some commitment." Which is just so funny because you won't, it takes falling and it takes failure.
Yeah.
But all that to say, these dudes were just crushing and stoked, and I could tell that they were getting our secondhand energy of just like what it felt like to be completely welcome in a skate park and not intimidated. So I do think what the Rose Club has going is like, it's special to us, but I do think it's like, it's possible for everyone, especially dudes. Like
that guy in Montana, we were at the one skate park it's like one of our favorite ones that we go to in Stevensville, and we went there and there was a guy skating and was ripping, and then I feel like for the rest of the time he was just hanging out, you know, and we were just kind of like, oh, I hope we didn't like take over the skate park, you know. And I think we're always like, I think somebody was ending up chatting to him and he was just like, no, I was just like, I wanted to just absorb your energy. Like, you guys, this energy that you just brought to the park is incredible. And it was just like such a beautiful moment to like, we take it, you know, when you're in the moment, we don't really realize, but it's cool to have outside people like pick up on that and realize. And
I'd only want that to spread too. It's like young, like although our programming is mostly for kind of the minority groups that want to get into skateboarding, I think that a lot of posturing goes on at skate parks, and like that's kind of the monkiness I was talking about, is like we're like walking on our back foot, like, are you friendly? Are you friendly? Yet we end up coming off as not friendly because we're both scared.
I mean, anytime you pull up to the skate park and someone gets out of the car, it happens immediately.
You're assessing everybody. There's so much judgment going on. There's so much assessment. And like what the Rose Club has really taught me is like, it's taught me so much humanness of just like, I would go to these events, Michelle would plan these events, and I'm just like, okay, like we got to go to these events, and she'd put it on Instagram so it was official, and I'm like, okay, we go. And I'm like, what am I going to say to these people? I don't know how to be around strangers anymore. Like, I forgot what it's like. And all it really starts out with every single time is like, hi, how are you? I'm Jess. What's your name? And then like, boom, just like from that second on.
It's like you're a child again.
Yeah, it's like, it's really, what's the word? Like disabling, or not disabling, but like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Unarming, or like disarming.
Disarming.
Yeah, it's disarming just by like starting out like that, and that's such a simple thing, but anybody can do that. And I
was going to ask, how do you guys set the tone? Like when you're talking about the energy, and how do you create that? Or
that is like one thing that we're like, this is something that we can control. And
priority number one.
Yeah, and this has been like a really, like the last, I would say, year and a half, we've really been trying to grow the Rose Club in a way that we have never before. So we're bringing on volunteers, and that's why that being a part of that program, that Skate Like a Girl, like they've helped teach us how to manage volunteers, how to bring in, and the importance of volunteers. And it's been really eye-opening for us because we're like, whoa, why didn't we do this before? This is really nice. Like, this is awesome. But one thing with bringing on people is now we have to like actually speak about Rose Club and how we want to be and how we want to be to everyone. And I think the biggest thing is for us, and the simplest principle that we always say is be aggressively welcoming. You know, when somebody comes in the front door of the skate park, that's when you talk to them, because that's terrifying. Even like Lauren Farr has that gate. We would say that's when you talk to them, because that is the hardest thing for somebody to walk through that gate. Even if you're just right 20 steps away from the gate, that walk, that 20 steps is terrifying, especially walking up to a group of young people. Like, I don't know, that's
strangers.
Terrifying.
And I gotta say, people come to the Rose Club by themselves all the time. I'm just like, you're so brave. Like, you're brave to like step into a brand new social dynamic, especially for young kids. Like, it's not just, I think everybody struggles.
That says a lot about how you're communicating then, because they feel comfortable enough to show up.
Yeah, it's definitely, like Michelle was saying, it's priority number one. It's like, introduce yourself. Like,
ask
them how their day was. It's like the most basic questions of just like human connection. But I think we've really prioritized that.
Especially even like how we, I mean, any event that we do, we always started off with, we always have name tags, which is awesome. You get
Like
to share.
hi, my name is.
Yep,
Yeah.
those exact ones. And then sometimes we'll like have them put like a fun, like we'll have a question for the night.
Favorite sauce.
Favorite sauce, and they'll write that on the name tag too,
Go-to
because you could
breakfast food.
see somebody and be like, oh, you like that sauce? That's whack, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can have like a conversation about it. It's just like a real nice, easy way to have a conversation. But we also do a circle up at the start, and it feels like we're children again, but it's so nice. And we do, everyone introduces themselves, like maybe name, pronouns if they want, where they're from. And then we'll do another question like, your dream breakfast. And then everyone will answer. And it's just like really a fun way of kind of just like disarming that anxiety, and like everyone's so serious before, when we sit down everyone's like way serious, and then by the time we're done the circle, everyone's like so much looser, laughing and
Ready
just
to
like
go.
yeah. So we've been really conscious about like how we lead these events and how we can kind of, you can only guide it in so much, but when the things that we can guide, we've been very conscious about what those are.
Yeah.
So we're in now. We want to come to all the events. So how do we find the events? How often? Where are they?
We actually, I will say, I'm like the most proud of Michelle and I that I've ever been. Like we just keep plugging away, we keep chipping away at it, but we have really awesome programming right now. And I think this is like 5 years in, we're like at a place where I've been proud of every phase that we've done. We've done cool events and cool stuff on the mountain, but we do an offering of skate lessons once a month. That's in Salt Lake at ATS.
Every second Thursday.
Every second Thursday. And that's like set in stone programming. I want to have it forever. I love that so
Till we're
much.
80.
Yeah. Or more. We have level 1, 2s, and 3s. You can sign up on our website. We usually post about it about the week ahead, just so we can give people the opportunity to like get in there and sign up, because slots do sell out. We only have, ATS is a lovely space, but it's very small, so we only have so much capacity space-wise. But that's our skate programming. And
yes, we do a lesson from,
awesome.
I believe it's like from 7 to 8 is the lesson, so you can sign up for those slots based on your level. And then from 8 to 9 is open skate. So that's a free-for-all. Anyone who wants to can come join for the open skate. And then after the open skate, this is a new thing that we've done, but we go up to the bar at ATS, whether you drink or you don't drink. It's just a really great way to kind of like talk about what you just did.
Pop up.
Damn, that was sick that you dropped in today. High five. Or just like a great way to just recap the night and like have that social connection. Because I feel like at our events in the earlier years, we like kind of lacked that. Like everyone was skating, but they weren't necessarily like connecting and communicating. So this optional hang after has been really nice. We all sit out in the patio and hang out for like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been really nice.
Yeah, that's the skate programming. And then winter programming, maybe you can speak to it a little bit better.
So a program that we developed last year, it was the first year we ran it, was the Learn to Turn program. And we ran it in partnership with Nordic Valley. So it was a 6-week program aimed for beginner skiers and snowboarders. The main reason why we wanted to do it was we're like, skiing and snowboarding is not very accessible. You know, it's expensive. It takes equipment. It's also hard. It's just, there's a lot of
Hard to get to the
barriers,
mountain.
right? So we were stoked to be able to work with Nordic Valley to offer a 6-week program. I think it was like lessons, lift tickets, and rentals was like $199 for 6 weeks, which is incredible.
It's really good.
You just can't get that. So it was a really fun program and it was our first year, so we were kind of workshopping stuff, but it was really cool. Something we were really proud of, and something that we felt like this is what we want to do. We want to make it more accessible for people to come up. So we're hoping to get that back and running this year. We're still working with Nordic on dates and pricing, but yeah, if people want to find out where any of that information is, we have a website, which is www.therose-club-.com. No.
It's linked on the Instagram.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Something like that.
Don't go off what I'm saying.
If you Google it, we're top hit. SEO
but yeah,
is-
also our Instagram is a great place that we'll post about the events and stuff, and you can RSVP there. But yeah, it's been really fun. We've been really dialing in. We also have ride days. So we got a Nordic ride day, a powder ride day, and a snow basin ride day. So those are just super casual, just meetups. We'll have some
Like
signups.
discounted tickets or something for those? Or is it
No, we're kind of
meetups?
running them. It's been a little bit harder to kind of get those discounted passes, I think.
Yeah, they're stingy up
You
there.
know.
They need their money.
So
They
yeah,
don't make enough
if
for
anyone at those resorts is listening, hit us up, because it would be incredible to be able to work with those resorts. Like, that's one thing about Nordic has been awesome, is like it just feels good to work with somebody who wants to work with us and is down to offer some of these discounted passes.
Yeah.
Makes a difference, you know.
I will say too, like, for these ride days, I don't want this to be a deterrent to anyone, but it is kind of people that have passes at those resorts, or they're maybe a little bit, like, these are aimed at people who are probably intermediate / like a little bit better than beginner riders, so that people can actually ride around the mountain together kind of in a pack. And that's why we were stoked to have that Learn to Turn program too, is like another offering for people to get in the door, have like a welcome space to feel like they can learn and then progress throughout the season. And then we also like to have like steps for kind of the other categories of riders too. So
Yeah, we want to be hitting like every single kind of range.
But our Nordic, I will say our Nordic event that's going to happen, I think later on in the
It's
winter.
in April, maybe.
Yeah, that's going to be like a hot dogs and hangs, like free for all. Nordic is one like
Beers,
very price accessible, and so that one's going to be aimed at everybody
Kind of
just
like
to come and
like
hang.
a fun spring hangout party vibe.
Nordic's a great place for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so wrapping up here, you've got an event. So this comes out Thursday. So if you're listening to this right now, it'll be tonight. But what's the event going on? Is this like an annual or?
So
yeah, we've been trying to. We did it last year. So we did a winter kickoff last year, but we held it at Crossroads. So this year, it's happening at ATS and Evo. We're working with both of them. So there'll be an open skate, I believe, from 6:37.
Yeah,
I believe
go to
to,
our
like,
Instagram.
Did you just 6-7 on the podcast?
I did 6:07. I was trying to see if I could slip that in.
We drink. What do we do? I'm out.
Yeah,
I don't
cheers.
know. Yeah.
6-7. But
funny.
the biggest thing about that night is we're doing free tunes, so bring your boards and equipments. We're also doing there's going to be custom boot fitting for free. There's going to be custom insoles that are offered at like a heavy discount. So yeah, bring your gear, get ready for the season, and come skate with us.
Yeah, I think we do have a sign up for all those spots too on our website. So we just posted about that event. I'm sure we'll be posting more. So the best way to see all of our events that are upcoming and everything we've got going is Instagram. And we link to our website there too.
Based in Ogden, but obviously you spent some time in Salt Lake and the mountains and stuff. And so anywhere from Logan to wherever, as long as they can meet up with you guys, right?
Totally.
Exactly.
Northern
Okay.
Utah, we usually say, because we span, usually Salt Lake and all the way up to Logan.
Yeah, and
Logan skate park's our
hopefully
favorite.
worldwide soon, you know.
World,
We're
while
looking
they're
at
trucking
Rose Club
wide.
Worldwide,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have those t-shirts? Make those now.
I will.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like cooking.
get on it.
Yeah.
Phil.
You have to live your future now.
I do.
right?
Manifesting,
So,
right?
yeah, that's
Well
part
said.
of it.
Okay, so we're super lucky to have you both here today, and so we have to pick your brains just a little bit more. Braden's done such a great job to kind of wrap things, but I'm like, no, we're gonna.
Oh.
Let's go.
And so
We're gabbers.
this, so we're wrapping up 2025 somehow. It happened, and so it means we're going into 2026. And so, you are a small and mighty team. You are now introducing volunteers, but I know a little bit about your experience. Your marketing. What did you call branding gurus? You're doing really good in that field, but what are you missing? What's Rose Club missing? Like, if we put it out there and there's somebody who's listening, like what are we looking for into 2026 to kind of take things? And you said slow and steady, and that's like warms my heart because that's like the greatest thing any group can be. This is us. This is Banyan Collective. This is 15 years of slow and steady growth.
There
We
you
love
go.
it.
And not getting too ahead of ourselves, like really never getting ahead of ourselves. Today, we still we don't know what the fuck we're doing half the time. But we do. We know what we're doing. But you do have to, there has to be some evolution, right?
Right.
You don't want to stand still.
Right.
And so as you're sort of moving forward, have you started to have those conversations? Because routine, tradition is all amazing, but I'm sure there's still certain things that you would like to get towards, particularly the more excited you get meeting other groups like your own and maybe where they are on year 6.
Right.
Yeah, I think, Michelle, you're the visionary of us too. I think I'm the bigger proponent for slow and steady. Like, burnout's real. We're so overstimulated all the time. Like,
Jess grounds us.
I want to be like I think when we first started, we had like all of this excitement and we had all of these grand ideas, and we did get burned out. Like we wouldn't talk. Like Michelle and I would go months without talking to each other, and we're like, oh, we both know that we're ignoring these things that we need to do, etc. And now we face everything head on because it's totally accessible to us, and so I think that I'm that grounding force in a lot of ways of just like, let's pull back, let's get the programming that we know that our community needs and wants. Like, let's get people in the door. I think that intro skate lesson is kind of the best thing we can do, because once people feel comfortable with the fundamentals, they can meet people at a skate night and then have their own community to go skate with, right? So that's like, we're not the barrier to entry in that way. But you are the visionary, so I'll let you speak to grander goals if you have any.
I'm even somewhere between grand and
and
slow
reasonable.
and steady.
I think so, and I think that's been the secret sauce, honestly, has been just the communication between Jess and I, and just being able to bounce back and forth about, we don't need to do everything, but let's do the things that we are doing very well. So I think for 2026, we're just going to look to really keep dialing in our programming that already exists. We don't want to keep offering more, but we want to make it really, really good. And I think
reliable.
Consistent.
Know to expect it. Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing for us is, and it's really what drives everything that we've been doing, is how can we remove these barriers to entry? That is like our primary principle that we are always working towards. And I think ways that we're going to achieve that, and hopefully in 2026, it's working with some of these ski resorts. It's working with some of these bigger brands like Evo, continuing to work with Evo, and seeing if there's ways that we can get involved to kind of advocate for some of these groups. And we have the power. I think we just need to start kind of spreading it out and really just prioritizing, like, how can we work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
But I think that's the biggest thing, really.
I will say too, I know I deferred that question initially, but I think that we have been so blessed and lucky in a lot of ways to have so many people really happily partner with us and want to offer us a lot. And so I know that we definitely have more avenues to explore there. I know that people in the snow and ski community, like, everybody is small. Like, there's not a ton of huge brands that have a ton of money to give, but we don't necessarily need money. Like, we need support in a lot of different ways, and that just takes a lot of outreach. And we've been lucky to work with companies like Crossroads and Lucky Slice have been so huge for us just here to help us have just what we need to be able to offer more to the people that come out and
honestly,
don't have boards or whatever it may be. So really, us reaching out to brands, we have an awesome mission that we're really proud of and stand behind, that I think a lot of people want to support. And so that just takes sending emails and touching base with people, which does take time and energy. So it's just us.
Yeah.
Well, you and your community has done such an incredible job. As somebody who splits their time between Ogden, Salt Lake, Logan, Provo, like the whole gamut, your name comes up a lot.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Really
and
nice.
It's great.
And it makes me feel good to know that, I've known you when, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But there's still that's where part of me is just like, okay, like, what do you do with that recognition that you built? And so the same thing comes up with one of our, just the podcasting that we do, but we do this one program called Van Sessions. And with my work in Salt Lake, Van Sessions, the name comes up. It just comes up in conversations. And I'm like, well, how in the fuck did this happen? And and it feels good, but then at the same time, it's like, it's incentive for us to just like, okay, then what's next?
What do we need to do with that? Yeah.
Okay, I will say,
and we do need money, so they should.
We just need enough money for stickers, so we're good. I will say, you just made me think of something. I guess in terms of like what's missing, or what people can do that are listening, kind of like a call to action, is if you've ever wanted to step on a skateboard or a snowboard, or if you know somebody that has been too intimidated to, or for whatever reason, has not felt like they've had access to it, I would just show them this podcast or let them know about the Rose Club and show them our Instagram, because I think Michelle has done a great job as the marketing guru of capturing the essence of the Rose Club and how welcoming and kind it is. And if you can, like, we just want to grow our impact. We want more people to feel comfortable stepping into these spaces and be more friendly and kind of pass on that philosophy of going out of your way a tiny bit to introduce yourself. Like, I do think that I might cry. I think that world peace starts within your community.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It does, though. It starts one person, one hi, my name is, at a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the impact, and it kind of comes back to our 5 year, of being around. We did a dinner party in Montana at the campground, and we have this big, massive, long table, and you can see it on our Instagram. We have a clip on it there, but we did this dinner where we had fake candles, obviously, because we were being safe. We had it decorated with flowers, and me and Jess made dinner for all of the crew, and we got to be able to speak to these people who've been with us. Honestly, a lot of them have been there since the start.
Since they were
and
like
it was
17.
Oh, wow.
So special to be able to feel like, damn, we did, like, we all as a community. It's not me and Jess. Like, we're not, we help do some of the behind the scenes and organizing, but Rose Club is the community and the people. Mm-hmm. And I think one thing that was really fun this year on our last Montana trip was one of our friends, Cass, came along, an incredible filmmaker, was able to come along. It was her first time she's like newer to the Rose Club, came with her camera and started like filming stuff. And we didn't really know, like, we kind of saw her with the camera doing stuff. Cass. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. And we were just like, yeah, come along. Cause we were like, I think you're going to be able to capture some fun stuff in Montana. It's kind of magical. Just come along and see what you can get. And we saw her with her camera. And we're like, I don't know what she's doing. Looks good, but like we don't see it. And she had some cuts because I think she's looking to do a project with us. And the footage that she was able to capture, like from somebody else's eyes, because it's usually me behind the camera capturing everything. And I mean, I love it and it's super fun. But from seeing it from Cass's eyes, and she had some people like speaking about their experiences and like what makes what makes Rose Club special and what makes you feel brave, and some really fun questions. And it was just like so special to be able to see it from another person's perspective, and kind of be able to take a seat back and kind of see it. And I was just like, damn, this is pretty incredible.
Yeah, not from the inside, but from
right.
Yeah, she was an outsider, but coming from the outside to in and asking those questions.
Exactly, just a fresh set of eyes. So, yeah, super incredible. But yeah. I don't think we just want to keep it simple. And I think for me, selfishly, I just want to keep capturing. I think Rose Club's honestly, it's been an incredible sandbox for me, designing, being able to shoot photos of it. I want to keep growing that and telling stories within that, because I'm like, Michelle, you have such an incredible, this is such an incredible community. It would be really cool to be able to document this so that, in years to come, we're able to look back and be like, damn, we used to be killing it. And hopefully we're still killing it when we're older.
I want to underline that too. Michelle and I don't, she is my soulmate. I think that we work so well together. We're both so particular, and we are not shy to give feedback if we ever need to, but we hardly ever need to. We're pretty dialed, and the Rose Club is such a cool portfolio to go through and look at. And it's all been Michelle, design, and we've both been in the marketing world, but kind of from the project management side of things. And then Michelle just learned all the design tools. She picked up a camera and learned how to photograph. And if you go and look at the photographs on our Instagram, they're gorgeous. And
it's really nice.
Yeah. You've grown, we both have grown so much. The Rose Club is more of a gift to us than really to anything else. And so the fact that it can benefit other people in the community is awesome. But yeah, selfishly, I'm just it's the best. It really feeds our souls in a lot of ways. And yeah, and I'm also just a crier, anybody who's come to
we're both Pisces.
Yeah. I cry at good beer commercials. So
they get me.
I have a
fire.
Yeah, I've got.
Especially they have a dog.
Well, no,
the golden
not anymore. But there's big life events where you're supposed to cry, and I'm stoic.
Yeah.
And then there's like a commercial on TV where I'm like, the
marketing team did
yeah,
their
they crushed it. Yeah. So, or like American Idol. I can't watch American Idol. My daughter
my
makes fun of me
gosh,
the whole
me
time.
either.
I
Wrenching.
just bawl.
I know. I get
Something about seeing people reach
Something
their
about
dreams.
music too.
Music is very helpful. And then, and people who are good and no one knows who they are.
Yeah, and they're just
They
put
step
themselves
outside of
out
themselves
there.
and they
Yeah.
just, and
It's like what we talked about. I mean, it's like artists, you're dealing with it too. It's such a vulnerable, even us putting on these events and seeing if anyone wants to show up. But anytime you're putting yourself out there being vulnerable, it's freaking terrifying, but it's so admirable, people putting out, new work that they're doing. I don't know. It's a writing. Like it's such a vulnerable thing. So
Well, cheers to one more year of doing your thing.
thank
At
you
least
so much.
or 80. Cheers to 80.
Oh,
Cheers
no,
to
not
80.
yeah. I'm not talking about the ones coming. Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
that to have made it each year is significant. And
Exactly.
you do have to take that in, but just
Yeah.
being there and never going away.
Yeah.
That's our motto, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, like we can be shit
Write
at
that down.
podcasting, but if you just never go away, then people find you.
It's
Heck, fun.
consistency, right?
It's
Consistency is
consistency over
everything.
time. Oh my God.
Well,
That's-
thanks so much for having us on. I mean, I'm stoked to be back here again. I mean, the last one was 2 years ago, and what you guys are doing for the community is incredible. And we always have a smile on our face when we hear about you guys, and
Yeah.
especially when
and it's
you
so fun
reached
to
out.
see our friends on and
Oh,
this is definitely
Send more friends
Stone.
to us, but
I
we're
think
always
for
looking
sure,
people,
every now and
so.
again, we'll do little drinking games every time we say community. This would have been a good one, too.
yeah.
Oh, shit. That
That's
would've
kind of our
been-
thing, yeah.
Keep it in mind for the next one.
I love that.
In 2 more years.
Have a great year this coming year, 2026, you guys, and maybe I'll see you with my son at one of the skateboard events. So
Please do.
you skating through the winter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
So our skate lessons, and again we
Oh,
have
it's indoor, so
our community guidelines of who we, who our community is for. But again, like everyone needs this. Like everyone can use the support and kindness. So yeah, everyone's welcome
okay,
for sure.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you,
much.
Todd,
Cheers.
got anything?
More the same with the gallery.
Yeah.
If anybody listened to last week's show, we have 3 more weeks left with the printmaking show and the collage show. So check those out. And other than that, it's cooling off, but then it's spring this week, which I kind of appreciate. This is not the right time to say I'm not a big winter person, but maybe it is. I really love this extra little bit of spring. So
It's like
I'm thankful for that.
today felt great.
Yeah,
It's
so
been a
nice.
really kind of lovely day. So.
Yeah. Well, Powder opens Friday. Basin's open. I don't know about Nordic. You guys know about Nordic?
It should be coming up soon. I mean, I know they were scheduled to open early December, so
Early December. Yep.
hopefully
They're a little lower on the mountain. They need more. We need more snow for those folks. I don't know they make snow, but that's a thing. We had the Ogden Avalanche Bash, and the fundraising was fantastic. So from Ogden Avalanche, thank you to everyone who showed up to that. That was fun. DJ'd that. And by DJ's a loose term. I was really sick. I had stomach issues earlier in the day, and I showed up and I told Corey, I'm like, dude, you might have to aux this. Like, I don't know if this is going to happen. But thank you to early 2000s hip hop for carrying the
I
night.
also appreciated the Golden. You played Golden. and
You
that
got to
really
throw in
hyped
some
me up.
K-pop. Yeah.
that was fire.
You got totally. So my kids are teaching me what music is.
Shout out your kids.
A daughter in drill really helps because that's what she's
Like all
into
the
the
latest
Tate
and
McRae stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got the younger one who listens to rap I've never heard of. Yes, it's questionable, but it's right there on the border, so it's okay. Yeah, but then also but mixes it with a good amount of K-pop, which is I'm like, okay,
That's
So
awesome.
good.
yeah.
Oh, and
kinda
one
fun.
little shout out to was it Thursday or Friday night? City Weekly did their best of party down at the Commonwealth, and the Arts Council was fortunate to get a couple of awards, but outside of that, they just threw a really good party, and it was for most of the winners. But it was just a massive amount of people, incredible food, drink, really good drag show, some amazing performers, really good music. But it was a super fun night. It's good to see me out late on a
Yeah, that doesn't
Thursday
happen.
night in Salt Lake.
What?
Winter.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Well, thanks to Banyan One, that is this trailer right here, for powering today's episode of the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. You can listen and subscribe to Ogden Arts and Adventure on YouTube. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the BanyanCollective.com. There's also an app, the Podbean podcast app. If you're into podcasts, download it. It's a pretty good app, and we're on that one as well. It's available for both Android and iPhones. If you found value in this podcast, which I know you did, you can support us and give us all of your retirement at buymeacoffee.com/BanyanMedia. And then that'll allow us to keep going and bringing you these awesome people, but we'll just do it for free anyway. So DM us if you want to be on the program. DM me at Ogden Adventure. And that's a wrap. So we'll see you on the next Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay.